Rudy Gobert is one of the most polarizing NBA players right now, with NBA legends and current players praising him.
Rudy just won his third Defensive Player of the Year trophy. He's had an amazing year this year. He deserves it.
And more legends and players criticizing him and making fun of his play.
I think Rudy Gobert can hold you to like 12 points.
12 points, yeah, in the first 3 minutes.
Gotta get a little size. With my sixth pick, I'm gonna go with Big Sabonis.
I'm not going for this Utah Jazz slander right now.
Me neither.
Come on, man.
I'm not going for this Utah Jazz
They got the best record in the NBA.
You guys gotta understand, just like in video games growing up, we never played with Utah.
But with the recent trade to the Minnesota Timberwolves and France playing in the 2022 EuroBasket, talks about Rudy has been at an all-time high. But for today's video, we will talk about Rudy's overall game and the curious case of his offensive and defensive capabilities. But before we start, make sure to like and subscribe to my channel. It really helps and motivates me to make more quality contents for you guys with a small amount of time and effort of you clicking those buttons. So make sure to give your boy some love. And with all things stated, let's get started. Rudy was drafted as a 27th overall pick by the Denver Nuggets. Gobert has to work his way up the NBA ranks to prove that he belongs here. Banking on his 7'9" wingspan, he was traded to the Utah Jazz just before the season started. Rookie Gobert showed flashes of raw potential and upside, bouncing back and forth to the G League and the NBA to improve his skills and fundamentals. With the limited time he got in the big stage, his rookie season ended on a low note as he averaged just 2 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 block per game. The bright spot though came from his G League stints as he finished with 14 points, 11 rebounds, and 3 blocks a game, proving that he belongs to the big league of the NBA. With the talent and hard work that Rudy inserted to his resume, he eventually proved to be a vital piece of the Utah Jazz future moving forward. He developed to be the most elite shot blocker and rim protector in the NBA that gave him the nickname Stifle Tower, sending opponents inside shots away with his great timing and defensive instincts. At the end of the 2017 season, he is already leading the league in blocks at 2.6 a game combined with his 14 points and 13 rebounds per game. He would help the Jazz team to enter the playoffs where they defeated the hapless Clippers team in 7 but get demolished by the dynasty of Golden State Warriors in the second round. Rudy was exposed by the small ball system of the Warriors as he was constantly put outside the paint to guard quicker and smaller players. He was not good with it. Instead, he was so bad that Steph Curry did this to him.
This is game 1, Western Conference semifinals. As Curry does his magic, gets by Gobert. Right there when he had Steph Curry. Steve.
The weaknesses of his game were on full display. Fans knew how slow those feet of Rudy were, giving blow-bys and free points when he was taken out of the shaded area. This proves to be his Achilles heel come playoffs time. More of that later as we continue. Nonetheless, Rudy won his first Defensive Player of the Year award in 2018, first of the back-to-backs that he got the following season. With the addition of Donovan Mitchell, Jazz fans saw a new hope within their fan base because in a long time, they now have a duo that may get them over the hump, a feat that they were not able to do since the Malone and Stockton era. Rudy developed to become an all-star in 2019, while the young Donovan Mitchell proved to be a problem in the regular season, but then, consecutive disasters struck their team to the core. They were sent home by James Harden in 5 games in round 1 of the 2019 playoffs, a heartbreaker that will reset their steady progress and bring them back to the drawing board. Adversities were not done striking them, as Rudy Gobert would be the first NBA player to contract COVID, while actually making fun of the NBA protocols by touching the microphones as he left the media room. This made his relationship with Donovan turn negative, but they reportedly put that in the past just before the bubble started where they would face Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray in the first round of the playoffs. As we all know, this series turned into a bloodbath with Murray and Mitchell scoring 50 pieces for their respective teams. Utah got the early advantage as they mount on a 3-1 lead against Denver. The bubble was promising for this rising Jazz team, but that promise will be broken and replaced by heartbreak and heavy defeat. They lost the next 3 games to bow down and blow the 3-1 series lead that they had. Gobert finished with 17 points and 11 rebounds and another DPOY award, but those weren't enough and Utah was sent crashing back to the ground. The following season saw another resurgence with the Jazz franchise as they finished with the first seed in the feisty West. Donovan and Rudy became an all-star duo for the Salt Lake City, defeating Memphis in 5 games but suffering another defeat as they could not even beat Kawhi-less Clippers. Jazz fans and even the whole NBA community started clamoring. Rudy's numbers were telling that he is great for the Jazz, but the eye test and performances lack the prowess that his team needs. Rudy could not even contain Terrence Mann and could not post up smaller players than him that are literally half a foot shorter than his 7'2" frame. His relationship with Donovan Mitchell started to get worse again, but for the last time they would run it back. They were both all-stars again. Rudy led the league in rebounding with 14.7 a night, and he also led the league in field goal percentage at a staggering 71.3% to go along with his 15 points and 2 blocks a game. They were in the playoffs again, but this time, a loss will put their whole Utah Jazz team in collapse. Rudy's playoffs performances went at an all-time low. The up-and-coming Dallas Mavericks took advantage on the 12 points, 13 rebounds average of Gobert and got past this Jazz team that was now in jeopardy. It was reported that Donovan did not even want to pass the ball to Rudy in the playoffs because of his lackluster scoring. This issue would reach its ultimate ending when Rudy was traded to the Minnesota Timberwolves. Rudy will now team up with Karl Anthony Towns, D'Angelo Russell, and Anthony Edwards as they try to make a deep playoff run starting this new NBA season. Rudy has his own right of being a freakish nature. He thrives well in defending the rim with his length and timing, but when you give him the role to defend the perimeter, that's when you'll see his glaring weakness. Rudy is a great lob threat and a beast in the boards. He will give you putbacks and offensive rebounds most of the time, but when you feed him the ball in the post, you cannot expect something good to happen from him. Gobert is still a force to be reckoned with, given the proper coaching and usage of his skills and talents. I can see the Minnesota Timberwolves to be a dark horse contenders come playoffs time, and I am excited to see this mini squad next season. But what do you think? Can Rudy and Kat lead this team to the playoffs? If you have reached this point, you are a real one, fam. Subscribe and like the video if you enjoyed, and as always, GOAT's descendants will be back. Have a great day, y'all.